Assalamu alaikum, and good afternoon from Vietnam. Due to personal reasons, I am unable to attend in person, so thank you for accommodating my request for online participation. Today I am using AI for this presentation and then will be available to answer your questions. We all know that evaluation requires direct and indirect evidence. Students are main stakeholder of the evaluation process, but there is also an issue of response rate. I am presenting one of the approaches from our evaluation framework for the medical program, where we received 100% response rate. This is a qualitative approach rather than quantitative surveys. You may all have read or incorporated peer observation of teaching. It is an observed encounter used for feedback from the peer. While it is a great tool for improvement of teaching, the issue is that it is one-off encounter, and the peer is providing feedback only on that particular session. I decided to use students instead of the peer, as they can provide better insight over the course of few weeks of observation. So we introduced a 5-step approach with faculty on board. The first step is to provide orientation to students at the beginning of the course, so they understand their role in the overall evaluation framework. They realize that they are not just receiver of the feedback, but also have to provide feedback at regular intervals. Around week 3 of the first semester, a 3-hour workshop using cases is arranged to familiarize students with the process used for this particular instance. In this workshop, we discuss the process and comments which are helpful, and particularly the language used. In addition, students also know how we will use the evaluation. Around week 8, students are seated into 6-8 groups, with 6 members in each group. As our focus is on small group learning, students are already divided into small groups at the beginning, and these groups change every year. Each group gets the template and is allocated one course to provide feedback. On average, 2-3 groups get one course. It takes about 30 minutes. One person in each group facilitates discussion, while one student takes the notes. The written feedback, once completed, is then handed over to the teaching assistant. All completed forms are then reviewed by me. The course instructor or myself do not know which group has provided us the feedback. I review these forms to ensure that there is no inappropriate comment and to have an idea about each course. The feedback is then provided to the relevant course instructor. If I do not have to moderate any comments, then the actual template is provided otherwise. I will get all the comments typed. This has only happened once in 3 years, when I have to remove one comment, which was about the personal appearance of the faculty member. Here is an example from my own course in 2023. Then comes the final stage, which is about closing the loop. Otherwise, the whole process is not meaningful if these reports are shelved or discussed at higher level. The course instructor shares the feedback with whole class and identify any action items to be taken. Sometimes it may not be possible to take any action, and that is also communicated. For example, a cohort wants the class to start earlier in the morning, while in the following year, students prefer to have class in the afternoon. The question is if it is working. Anecdotally, yes. It is formative for my faculty and is only shared with individuals, but the faculty can share it with others, and I am aware that it is used for the purpose of promotion. It is timely, so changes can be made, and there is an opportunity for me to engage in discussion with the faculty member if there is anything that can be done at my end. It is also the beginning of training students in their role as an educator. What I shared with you was the feedback from first-year students in semester 1. It greatly improves as students move to senior years because they feel more comfortable and that they know we take it seriously. That trust is important, and because we share it with students, they also appreciate, as I said in the beginning, that the response rate is 100%, which is more valuable to us. We also receive qualitative comments rather than a mean or median score. The time to process the data is maximum 3 days, and it is not a huge workload. It also familiarizes students with the narrative feedback that they will receive in later stages. From the educational point, is it reliable and valid? Yes, it is, and it also has got acceptability, feasibility, and educational effectiveness. There are also no additional resources required. There are a number of templates available in the literature on peer observation of teaching, and it is not difficult to create a new one based on the information that you want students to comment on. You can also use the same approach for just your course. In that case, you can focus on 3 to 4 areas and give each group one area to provide feedback. I thank you very much for listening, and to my students who participate in this process wholeheartedly. And of course to the faculty who is on board and has trust in the process for their own improvement, and not for punitive actions. Now you have listened to the computer-generated voice. I am very happy to answer any questions, or if there are any comments to share. You can also write to me at zarinsiddiq@outlook.com or connect through LinkedIn.